our old family business used to be near an archway that was part of Pharrell's Paragon statue. I wish I could have shown him this. He's the one who wanted to believe our ancestors in the stone were guiding us, still guiding us. Be nice to think it were true, old man. That's nice. Okay. And I know I keep joking about it, but it actually is genuinely kind of fascinating that fantasy writers, again, I think probably, just kind of figured out an aesthetic for dwarves and elves, and then just, as far as I can tell, like almost all fantasy writers have kept to it. Like basically every fantasy thing I've seen, yeah, elves basically look like Art Nouveau, and dwarves look like Art Deco. And I guess I could partly blame Tolkien, but like I don't know if there are that many illustrations of elven or dwarven architecture in the books.
Someone was just like, this feels like a dwarf.
Yeah.
I wanted this to be their aesthetic.
Yeah, so I'm like, what was the, okay. So it's kind of, I honestly think it's kind of adorable that apparently writers got invested enough in dwarves and elves that they essentially collectively decided how they'd all make architecture.
Oh, that's fun.
That we just all came to collectively agree, yeah, like dwarves, they're all early into Art Nouveau. Humans are weird. We can get really deeply invested even in things that literally don't exist. And I think there's something kind of wholesome about that.
I think that's essentially the canon experience.
This is true. I mean, someone once told me that, like, the fact that, like, we invented plush dinosaurs kind of makes her emotional because it's like we basically said we found something that was dead and so we don't get to cuddle it, and so we brought it back so we could cuddle it and we made it more cuddly, and it's basically our way of telling the ghost of dinosaurs that we wanted to love them if they were alive.
Although dinosaurs very famously not friendly.
Yes, but we made them friendship because we wanted to cuddle them so badly. Yep.
I swear there used to be three cuddly dinosaurs. I swear there used to be a children's program. And I feel like I dreamed it, but I know it definitely existed. But there was one where it's like, from what I remember, I think it's like a bunch of dinosaurs, and there was also a train, and the train would like take. I don't remember if there were humans. This might have just been dinosaurs, but it took them through like different eras of prehistoric history. And it feels like something I dreamed of.
I believe you. I mean, I think like many of us have that experience of something we watched as a child that no one else remembers. That's just like a fever dream.
Yeah. Like I always talk about like different programs that I watched as a child, and someone was like, "I do not know what you're talking about." I'm like, "No, it was on syndicated television. This was a thing."
I think you're thinking of the movie We're Back.
No, it wasn't a movie.
Was there a train in the Was there a train in Back?
It was a.
I thought there was a space. I thought it was a spaceship in that movie.
No.
Okay, there was a train.
Wait, hold on. There was a. I think there was a train, and it was. I remember it being an animated television show.
It was not okay. So it was not a movie.
It was not a movie. It was much longer than a movie. You have to look back. There's like so many ones. A dinosaur train. Oh.
Okay, so it is real.
Googled dinosaur train came up. I'm assuming that's it.
I literally is my search query. I still put it.
Dinosaur train? Yeah, dinosaur train. Oh, yeah. Cool.
Maybe you're not the only person Googling this to try and figure out what they vaguely remembered as a child.
Yeah, an animated television series aimed at children 3 to 6. I was around that age when I watched it. Featuring a T-Rex named Buddy, together with the rest of his family, who are all pteranodons, take the dinosaur train to explore the Mesozoic and have adventures with a variety of dinosaurs. See, I know I wasn't making up the fact that they were going through history on a train with just dinosaurs, and I'm pretty sure sure there were no humans in this show.
Yeah,
Wild.
that's...
I feel like most of the programs I watched as a child sound like to everybody else a fever dream. Like, I watched the normal, like, Arthur, Cyber Chase. Like, I watched those. But then I would say something like, have you ever watched, like, there was one where it was, like, I watched as a kid, and it was, like, about a guy, not a guy, a boy. A boy was, like, a 10-year-old, and he was reincarnated from the pharaoh Ramses, and then he had a bunch of mummies. Like,
You're not thinking about Tuttenstein, are you?
no.
Okay, because I remember that one.
It was a different, again, animated series.
But that one was animated too, though.
You're right, Josie. They describe it in the plot as a time-traveling ship.
Okay.
They don't. It's not like a spaceship shape.
I think you might be thinking of Tuttenstein then. Because that is, in fact, an animated show, and he's a 10-year-old, and, you know.
Let me double check if that's. I need to. I remember where it is.
Can you ever watch Little Nemo?
Little Nemo, like the little kid with his bed, and...
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That was a weird ass.
That was a very weird movie. And there's like a giant fucking, like, Sauron-ass motherfucker who's a bad guy, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, there is a skull near this one, so I'm wondering if that relates to this one somehow. I will say I do love seeing campfires in the distance. That's like kind of a vibe, you know. I love a good distant campfire.
Oh, the series I was thinking of was called Mummies Alive.
Oh, okay. It's a different one.
Yeah, because it's a boy who was like born, and then he was like, they're like he resurrects him.
That must have led to the tomb in the mountain.
That's the pharaoh's son. I was like, something about what I just said didn't quite add up. Okay.
Hmm. 4 slaves injured and 10 crushed under this rock. We couldn't excavate this entrance with 50 if we keep losing so many. I propose we dig down. Oh, okay. So this was the original entrance to the one that we just found on the top of that hill. Okay. I get it. That's kind of clever. Okay. We're gonna mark this. Okay. If your eyes were as sharp as your tongue, you realize we found more than just another tomb. This is where the dwarves who built this city, emerged from the deep roads. Whatever drove them here, they were determined to stay. The lowest levels were deliberately collapsed. Sendberg is back when he's done with the runes in the cannon. Do not make him lift anything heavier than a quill. That slave cost a pretty fortune. Okay. So this is the actual entrance, which means I think it does look like one of these. Okay, yes, I think this is... I know. Yeah, it's this one. Because the rocks are the right angle, and there's a tube here.
I can't believe you entered the Fade. Physically.
So yeah, okay,
You
we
think
found
that is an
that one. We
achievement of which
definitely
to be proud.
Okay,
The
excellent.
second time that's been done in all of history. That's not nothing, Solus.
In all of human history.
The Fade is still a mystery to us humans, yes. Probably. Always will be.
Perhaps it's best it remain that way.
Come on, Bull and Dorian, talk to each other. And yeah, I will come to a good stopping point shortly, Jordan. Hopefully we will get them to actually talk to each other once before this is over. Okay, so yeah, we have definitely found 2 of them then. We found that tomb, and we found the 4 pillars tomb. Because there was one, remember, that was right next to 4 pillars? Okay. The name Vandal Aria is, like, oddly poetic for a plant. You know? It's like Vandal Aria. So it's like opera, like an opera aria, but for vandals. Like vandals, the opera for people who are really into graffiti. Oh, it's another one of these things. Alright, let's prepare for a demonic insurrection, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever I do have one of these, if I can get to a high ground position, I usually try to, so I can start to lift from there. Or I might be too far away from it. But whenever I do that, I just get, you know, Star Wars people stuck in my head. It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground! Skull thing is pretty badass. What? Yeah. So that's one fun thing about being a necromancer. Hunter? Hello, Hunter.
Watch the sand, stranger.
Hi.
Will do, buddy. Keeping an eye on things.
Yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye on all the sand. You know, you gotta be careful, because if you don't keep an eye on it, you'll miss all the sand.
I just think of the Star Wars sand thing.
I don't like sand.
Yeah.
Although, actually, it occurs to me he might be trying to warn you about sandstorms. Like, he's like, watch out for signs of a sandstorm.
No, it's tremors.
Oh, yeah, true. Well, yeah, wait, I was like, are there going to be any sandworms here? Any graboids? Any shy halud?
I'm just like, sand's just kind of enough. This is pretty low. You're doing a lot of fighting. Don't want to come back home and that's it.
Yeah, because it's coarse and rough and it gets everywhere. Do you all remember how there was that one line from Murder in the Orient Express that was so bad that we kept making I don't like sand jokes about it?
Oh, yeah. I think all plays have that one line where you're like,
That should have been reworked.
that should have...
Yeah, although I've never had one as strange as that one before.
Oh, yeah.
The hill and yeah, I think I was a little before your time, Jordan. But what we did, I say that like you weren't born yet, but you know what I mean.
I've only known you guys for a few months. I heard about it.
But like, there's just this inexplicable line where one of the characters, apropos of nothing, just starts talking about his childhood in Scotland, and then brings up like his relationship to his mother in the middle of a sexy moment.
I mean, you say it's one line. It was like
That's
half of
true.
the
It's a whole
entire
monologue.
song.
It's like a whole monologue that just comes right the fuck out of nowhere.
It's all, and then Bugs comes out and he ends this terrible monologue. Oh my god.
Yes, Mugs to the rescue.
Sometimes I'm like, did you read that? Or did anybody read that? No one was like, maybe you should have it.
Yeah, that's. Sometimes you have to like take a step back and think. Am I about to write something that will haunt me for the rest of my life?
Oh my god, it's a little bit.
Yes, it's a fennec fox.
I think they're on the same team as Mugs.
Oh, agreed, yeah. So they got those big ears. I mean, in general, anything with the small head and big ears is adorable.
I also like bushy tails.
Oh, yeah. Bushy tails, it's hard to go wrong with a bushy tail.
I also like condoms for like the little mouths.
Yeah,
For the sake for the
the ones that are always portrayed with giant nuts.
I think a lot of that.
Oh, true. Oh, for sure, yeah. I did remember there was one area that they were telling us to look for that had 2 craggy rocks, so I'm wondering if this is it. Although, as usual, I am struggling with vertical surfaces. Honestly, you know what? I kind of like to imagine that, like, someone just, like, shows a picture of a really, like, steep cliff face with little crags on it, and the Inquisitor just shrieks and recoils.
You should get some repellent.
Yes, she should.
I love the grappling hook, like the Batman and like.
Yeah, honestly, having an RPG where you can actually like get a grappling hook to explore things sounds like it'd be kind of fun.
I feel like grappling hooks are massive.
Agreed.
I also think they realize they kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you ever played like Batman Arkham Asylum or Arkham City, but using a grappling hook in those games is really fun.
I would imagine. I do think of like, you know that one where it's like Batman and Superman and Lois, and then like Batman like grapples himself to his face or whatever flying above, and all the comments are like, wow, Batman just dislocated his hand.
Hold on, Bull!
In front of Superman. And I'm like, man, that must be kind of terrible.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's Batman. There is in fact a TV trope called Batman can breathe in space.
I mean, those Tibetan monks taught him everything.
Yes.
He was trained by Santa Claus. It's like.
Yeah, true.
True canon, true to DC canon, Batman was trained by Santa Claus.
I forgot that was a thing, but it does make sense.
And also, Superman met Santa Claus, which I would have been pissed if, like, one of my friends, like Santa Man had known Santa Claus family, found out his longtime friend, not only, like, had a working relationship with Santa Claus, but actually, like, really
Well, there is actually a comic I remember where they show that every year, Santa Claus specifically dodges lasers and traps and stuff to break into a dark side stronghold on Apocalypse, to hand him a single piece of coal and then leave before he gets shot by an Omega beam.
Yes, I've seen that. I've also seen the one where it's where when Spider meets Santa Claus, it's like, I remember your letter asking for your parents to get a new copy of it, even though you thought copy paste was gross because
Yes.
That's really too bad.
That is very on brand for Clark Kent. You just be like, I want a new coffee maker for them. Not really even for me, just because they need a new coffee maker. Okay.
I feel like I've said on record that Flash has been my favorite superhero. Well, not specifically been my favorite superhero, but I think it's actually Clark.
Yeah, I think Clark is my favorite at this point. Also, I think this might actually be the right angle because, and they told us to go toward like a cliff thing in the distance. So if we do find like a sort of cliff-ish overhang here, which might be this. Yeah, if this is an overhang. And then, okay, let me double check. Expand. Yeah, like this. So, okay. So there is an overhang. And okay. Okay, so overhang, and then when you see it, you have to go I think you are telling we have to go behind the furthest away one. Okay. Okay. Oh, also, I do also. Have you seen in like one of the Justice League Unlimited cartoons? They show like Clark's parents specifically wrapping the presents in red, and then Clark's like, "You mean Santa wrapped it in red, right?"
The exposure that the Kents must have, I must be terrible. Actually.
Oh yeah.
Grabbing his Christmas presents.
Oh yes, for sure. Like that's just, yeah. Okay. So I'm
Honestly, that episode is, I think, one of the best Justice League episodes that
agreed. You know, because I love seeing the little thing with like Martian Manhunter singing.
that was cool. I actually really like the John and Chimera
Oh.
and them playing this.
Oh yes, that was cute too, and also like a supervillain actually helping Flash deliver
Good journey.
toys to children.
Oh, that was
Yeah, I love Ultra Human. He was definitely one of the more fun villains. Okay, so yeah, I think they are telling me to go this away from those rocks, because that's where the arrow was pointing. So if we go this away, what do we see? Yeah, because like, okay, let me you take a look at yourself, Mike, to make sure I'm not missing something. Because like, okay, so you see, like we were looking at it, and we saw the cliff thing on the other side, and so I think we're on this side, and I think we're going. I think we are following. I think we're following the right direction from that. You know, because it's back there. And if we go in that direction, I mean, there's a fire in the distance. Maybe we're supposed to head toward that. Who are you?
Greetings. Ours shall be the burden of knowledge, to take into the earth and prove us worthy.
That's from the Chant of Light. Is that a thing? Do people go about reciting from it like that?
The righteous shall carry the Maker's word to every corner of his house.
That was strange. If I remember correctly, that we will be seeing more of this weird lady around.
Oh, she just goes around.
Kinda,
Tapping the chance.
yes. Okay, but yeah, I am thinking, my best guess is that, yeah, we're supposed to, they're hoping that we notice this light in the distance and head towards it. And then whatever this is, I will, head back once we've investigated it. Yep. Okay, so there's light here, and there's a camp here. Yeah, okay, I think that is supposed to be time magic. Cool. Yeah. Yes. Come on, Bull, get up. You're missing the cool time magic.
Your magical skill is impressive, Dorian.
Oh,
You're
come
not
on!
the first to say so.
Would you not conserve energy with a less flashy style, however?
Yes, and I'd live longer if I only ate rice and boiled vegetables, but that's just as unlikely.
I mean, fair. Sometimes the inefficient way is the more fun way. But I'm like, come on, Bull, Dorian, talk to each other. Yes. Like, vegetables should have some crispness to them. When they're super soft, I'm like, eh. Not a fan. Okay. Is there anything here? Oh, well, they actually kind of trace our map direction. That's kind of cool. It's handy. This looks like a pit here, so I guess we'll see if that's something, and if not, yeah, we'll come back to this later. Another night. Yeah.
Like, it didn't have a lot, like, it didn't even all just before.
Yeah, that was slightly overkill. Okay, so this is an oasis. Maybe if we're lucky, there will in fact be a thing down here. That's what that other place is leading us to. Because an oasis feels like a place you'd expect to find a ruin, right? Seems reasonable to me. Maybe in this oasis, today is going to be the day that I'm going to send it back to you. Oh, I do see little ruins here, so maybe there will be something. Come on. Now, I will say, as we end today, because we have got 8 out of 12 pieces of one of the mosaics, I can show you a mosaic almost assembled. Back at Skyhold. A journal on Dwarven ruins. A few days ago, I turned from a statue to find a human woman staring at me. She didn't react when I streamed, or when I ran around picking up my dropped notes. When I asked who she was and how long she'd been standing there, she quoted some verses from the Chant of Light. Oh, okay. Polite as you please. I offered her some water, but she shook her head, pointed to the east, and said, "Blessed are those with fortitude, for they persevere in the name of the Maker." When I glanced back, she was gone. The poor woman must be touched. She seems harmless, but I don't know how she gets around so quickly in this heat. Okay, so yeah, there's just a mysterious lady going around pointing the chant of light at people in the desert and then disappearing. That seems ominous. Okay, so I'm going to try to mark where we were, so we'll have some idea of where we explored last time. We came out here. Okay, to this area. Actually, we didn't mark that landmark. That'll tell us what this place is called. Okay, yeah, it is the Oasis. Gotcha. Oasis. All right. Well, we got 2 of the 5 down at least. Now back to the holder of the sky. Right, let's check in on people. How's
I can
Eric?
spare some time. What do you need?
Tell me
Well, let's
more
ask about
Bianca.
Bianca.
I'm not making any promises here. Ask.
So how long have the two of you been together?
Well, if you want to split hairs, we're not. Usually there's a continent between us at all times.
Now we're learning more of the
We write
Bianca
letters.
backstory.
Now and then we manage to meet up. I don't know if that's together. Shit, it's been what?
Yeah, I think
15 years.
Varric and Bianca
Great.
have
Now I
what we would now call a situationship. But I don't think, actually, it's interesting because I don't think in 2014 that word had entered into common parlance yet. Like, I feel like that word I only heard pretty recently, you know?
What makes the Merchants Guild such a danger to her?
Well, to be fair, it's more of a danger to me. Technically, we're not supposed to be within 300 leagues of one another. If it got back to the guild that we were seen together, they'd freeze my assets and then have me killed. Maybe not in that order.
What in the world did you do to cause that?
We almost started a clan war. Does it
Okay.
matter? I can't change it now.
Alright.
I guess that's it for now.
Sure. I'll be here.
Alright, and let's see, where is the mural? I think it's up.
Worship.
Yeah.
Here is the request the leader of the tradesmen made. Yes, I'll see to it.
My friend.
Far be it for me to suggest a training adjustment.
Not that one. One here. You see there's little pieces of it assembled. I don't think that's the one that we got 8 out of 12 on. Doesn't look like 8 out of 12 pieces. Oh, it's this one. Okay, see, we almost got this little... Let's see if I get a better look at it. Almost got this little thingy assembled. There's like, oh, you can see what looks like a Kunari skull back there. Okay. And now to the war table, and that will be the end. Nope. I really do believe that they decided not to patch this like, they fill in this damaged part of the castle because they're just like, but the view, man.
I will say Ocean Hazard.
Yes, also very much ocean hazard.
Just the whole wall.
Maybe they should fill that in with glass. Do they have? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have glass.
There's solutions that they want to do.
Yeah. Okay, I think we gave everyone long war table operations today, so...
You seem to enjoy yourself at the Winter Palace, Liliana.
Oh. There we go. Alright. And yeah, I will record this. I also have been figuring out how to actually, like, edit